Do not complain about growing old. It is a privilege denied to many. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Never argue with stupid people, they will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. Dance like no one is watching. Sing like no one is listening. Love like you've never been hurt and live like it's heaven on earth. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. It's better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool, rather than open it and remove all doubt. The most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand to have the old man around. But when I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much the old man had learned in 7 years. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience, this is the ideal life. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. Always do right. This will gratify some people and astonish the rest. Nothing so needs reforming as other people's habits. The man with a new idea is a crank until the idea succeeds. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure. If it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. The lack of money is the root of all evil. Humor is mankind's greatest blessing.
A man is never more truthful than when he acknowledges himself a liar. Life would be infinitely happier if we could only be born at the age of 80 and gradually approach 18. Loyalty to petrified opinion never yet broke a chain or freed a human soul. When people do not respect us we are sharply offended, yet in his private heart no man much respects himself. Action speaks louder than words but not nearly as often. The secret source of humor is not joy but sorrow, there is no humor in heaven. Loyalty to the nation all the time, loyalty to the government when it deserves it. I never let schooling interfere with my education. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter, 'tis the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. Patriot, the person who can holler the loudest without knowing what he is hollering about. It is by the goodness of God that in our country we have those 3 unspeakably precious things, freedom of speech, freedom of conscience, and the prudence never to practice either of them. I came in with Halley's Comet in 1835. It is coming again next year, and I expect to go out with it. It will be the greatest disappointment of my life if I don't go out with Halley's Comet. The Almighty has said, no doubt, now here are these 2 unaccountable freaks, they came in together, they must go out together. Everything has its limit, iron ore cannot be educated into gold.
Soap and education are not as sudden as a massacre, but they are more deadly in the long run. Honesty is the best policy, when there is money in it. It put our energies to sleep and made visionaries of us, dreamers and indolent. It is good to begin life poor, it is good to begin life rich, these are wholesome, but to begin it prospectively rich, the man who has not experienced it cannot imagine the curse of it. A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. The public is the only critic whose opinion is worth anything at all.